Thanks for tuning in to the Crush It Trading Recap Show for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. And today we crushed it with a gain of $2,011. We had a strong day with some excellent setups at the Crush It Zone and a few solid continuation trades. And I'm going to break these trades down here in just a minute. But first, do me a favor and hit that like button. And if you haven't subscribed, right now would be the perfect time to subscribe. And you too can come and learn the Crush It trade strategy. All right, the trade of the day was... there it is, AMD for $2,011. All right, so looking at my only trade of the day with AMD, my thesis on AMD for the day was a move to the downside. And you can see right here, right out of the open on the 5-minute, we had that move. And then I was waiting for some kind of retest to jump into the trade. And as we continued to the downside, I had this retest on the 5 at about 9:45. And I think that was right about here on the 1-minute. So I did scale most of the trade out down here at the previous day low. And then you can see it had a nice move to the upside. I still kept my trailers and I kept them for most of the morning. We finally did get that breakdown at about 10:57, about 11 o'clock. I hung on a little bit longer in the room today till I think about 11:30, 12. And I was maintaining my trailers throughout the day here. I did take some at the Crush It Zone. This was my original target. I wanted to get down into the Crush It Zone here, but it didn't happen right away. So took some trailers at the Crush It Zone. I took some more at the other side of the Crush It Zone. And then finally, I got out with my last contract here at the 1.618 level. Now you see it did move down even farther to the downside, but I didn't really have any contracts left. So that was a pretty good trade. Now, I also took an NVIDIA swing from yesterday, which I was up yesterday on that. I did trim about 20% of that position yesterday. And then we had a gap up on it this morning, which ended up being down about $1,500. So this AMD trade really paid somewhere around $3,500, $3,600 minus my loss on NVIDIA, came out to about $2,011. So let's look at the watch list and see what else happened today. And we had AMD. We had this trade was a really good trade to the downside. Let's see here. Amazon, once again, I have Amazon on the watch list. I didn't really see anything that I like. We did get some good movement. We had continuation to the downside. But to me, it just wasn't setting up. I didn't have the nice, touches on the levels that I like to get into trades. So not to mention I was in AMD for most of the morning anyways. But then we had Meta coming into a previous all-time high at the Crush It Zone right here. You can see that was a really good play to the downside. And we were calling this out in the room. I think somebody might have gotten into this trade. I don't remember. Once again, I didn't get into it. I was already in AMD. But we were calling this out. And then we also had Apple, nice trade, at the Crush It Zone. We had almost 2 touches, not quite, which is also a good signal for a continuation of the downside here. So there's 2 Crush It Zone trades right here, one on Meta and one on Apple. And then we had Tesla right here. Not bad. I had a continuation to the downside. You had a couple different setups taking place right here. If you look at the 10-second or the 1-minute, you can see that we had a nice retest of the previous day low for continuation of the downside. And then also we had that bounce at the Crush It Zone to the 0.618. So you had a nice move to the upside there. Now, this trade on Tesla, if you'd have got in at the Crush It Zone right here, this was a pretty good move, right? That was a $4 move in the Crush It Zone. Just that alone. It might not look like a lot. There's the big move of the day right there. But just this little move right here would have produced a nice profit for the day, just right there at the Crush It Zone. So let me just draw the risk reward in here for you. So, and then our stop would have been just below the Crush It Zone here. And you would have had about a 3.59 risk reward on Tesla. So far we have 1, 2, 3 Crush It Zone trades today that were all profitable. And then we had NVIDIA here at the Crush It Zone. Nice move to the downside. I actually got in this one here in my Roth. So a really, really good move there. That is another Crush It trade setup right there. And then we also had a continuation to the upside in the Crush It Zone on NVIDIA here. Another nice move. And then we had our third setup on NVIDIA today right here at VWAP at about 11:10, 11:15 for a move to the upside. And I would have taken that up to the previous day lows. And then you can see that price did move around the Crush It Zone for the rest of the afternoon. There was some minor plays in there, but I don't generally trade in the afternoon. But I just want to show you that this is the Crush It trade strategy. You do get setups on this every single day. So if you want to learn how to produce cash flow daily trading the strategy, it is fairly easy. It does take time to practice, but make sure you come and sign up and get into the trading room and learn right now how to take advantage of the Crush It trade strategy. So right now I do have a Black Friday deal going on. It is $79 for life per month. Normally this is about $229. So right now, if you get in, this is a one-time offer. This is never going to happen again. You're never going to get into this room for $79 a month again. Okay, this is just one time. So once again, if you want to take advantage of this and learn how to produce cash flow daily, right now you can get in at $79 per month. All right. With that said, enjoy your night. See you bright and early tomorrow morning, 9:30. Okay. Take care and have a good night.